Hey guys, we are going to recap a movie called Fast Charlie. Keep watching because it's a great crime movie.
The film opens with a guy named Charlie standing in a parking lot and taking off his clothes.
This is because someone is shooting at him and asking him to take off his clothes to make sure he does not have any weapons. But in order to know what brought Charlie here, we have to go back in time. We discover that old Charlie was a Marine and was discharged with the Medal of Honor because of his efforts and great skills. He lived alone and was a very organized and disciplined person. After he finishes drinking his coffee, he goes and steals a car in order to perform the new task he was asked to carry out. The mission was to kill a person named Roe. We discover that Charlie has become a professional killer and has been working for a person named Stan for many years. Stan calls him and asks him to take Blade with him because he is a new guy and they want to know how he will behave in this mission. Indeed, Blade rides with him in the car. It was clear that Charlie was uncomfortable with him being on the mission because he likes to carry out his missions alone. They arrive at the victim's house. Blade goes into the house, gives the victim a box of sweets, and returns to the car. Moments later, a strong explosion occurred inside the house. After that, they entered the house to see what had happened, but Charlie was surprised that the victim's head had exploded, and so they were unable to hand over this man's body to the person who asked them to carry out this mission because he had no head. Charlie calls Benny, who works with them on the team, and is the person who recommended choosing Blade to work with them. He told him what happened and said he would handle the matter, but he wanted Benny to tell him if anyone close to the victim was in the place they were in. Indeed, Charlie discovers that there is a girl named Marcy who was the wife of their victim in the past and lives alone. Charlie goes to her before he speaks. She knew that her ex-husband had been killed. When she didn't let him talk to her, he showed her the gun, so she agreed to let him talk to her. He entered the house and told Blade to stay out. He was surprised because he discovered that Marcy is an artist and works in taxidermy of animal corpses. He told him about the problem he had fallen into because he wanted her to come with him to the wanted person in order to confirm to him that the body he had was that of her ex-husband so that he could receive his money. In return, he will give her $5,000. She told him that her ex-husband had a tattoo on his back and that her brother had done this tattoo. He assured her that he did not know the reason behind her ex-husband's killing and that he was only following orders. She then goes with him to see the corpse, and he actually sees the tattoo on the corpse's back. But suddenly, Blade points a weapon at him and tells him that Beggar, Stan's rival leader, was a cellmate with this person, and something happened between them, so Beggar asked to kill him. So Blade wanted to hand over this body in order to take all the praise and assure the gang of his strength so that he could be relied upon to carry out tasks instead of Charlie. But because he was reckless while driving the car, he accidentally shot himself. This led to an accident, and the car was destroyed. The body was burning. Charlie didn't know how to react. He came up with a genius idea. He asked Marcy to take Blade's body and go to her brother so he could get a tattoo similar to the one on her ex-husband's back. She agreed to this, but she asked him to cut off Blade's head. Then he goes to visit Stan, who appears to be aging and losing his memory due to Alzheimer's. But because Charlie has been working with him for a long time, he decided to take care of him. After that, he headed to the junkyard to meet Beggar. When he saw the body, he noticed the tattoo. When he confirmed the body, he gave him money. But the strange thing is that Beggar told Charlie that he tried to communicate with Stan a lot, but he did not answer him. He asked him to arrange a meeting for him with Stan, especially since he was expanding his contraband trade and wanted Stan to work with him. Charlie told him that he would talk to him and leave. After that, he goes to give money to Marcy because she helped him. He offers her to go out on a date because he admires her and her unique work. They went to eat at a restaurant. She discovered that Charlie's hobby is cooking. Also for him, Italy is the best place to isolate himself from the world, and he wants to spend the rest of his life there. Because he has previously worked in Italy, he is fascinated by this country. As for her, she believes that her work in mummifying animal corpses is a wonderful thing for her, because it gives these animals a second chance in this life after these animals were subjected to hunting. At the end of the day, he drives her home. He wanted to be honest with her and tell her that he likes her, but he changes his mind and leaves. The next day, he gathered with his team to celebrate Stan's birthday. Stan was happy because of what Charlie was doing. We discover that Benny is the one who runs Stan's bars all over the city. At night, when Charlie was sitting with Stan, he told him what Beggar told him, but Stan got upset and assured Charlie that if he met Beggar, he would tell him that he is an unimportant person and does not want to deal with him. Then, he goes to Marcy's house and places a hunted animal in front of her house, which he considers a gift for her. Then he starts cleaning the car At the same time, Beggar's men arrive at the house to kill him, but Charlie had put up surveillance cameras all over the house. Because of that, he kills them and comes back again to get rid of the bodies. He then called Benny, who told him they were under attack. While going to the bar, he noticed Beggar and his men leaving the place. He arrived there and found his team members brutally murdered. He decided to go to Stan's house, but he found that all the guards were killed and Stan as well. He decided to visit the gang's biggest leader, Sal. He tells him that Beggar killed Stan and he wants revenge, and because of that, he wants to get Sal's permission. But Sal refused because Beggar was doing work for them. When Charlie told him that his entire team had been killed, Sal assured him that not all of his team had been killed. Charlie discovers that Benny is the traitor, so he returned home and took out weapons to kill Benny. He went to Benny's house, tied up his wife, and learned from her where Benny was. He went to the nightclub and killed all the bouncers there. He entered the office and shot him. When he asked him where Beggar was, he told him that he had left the city because he was looking for the thing that Rue was blackmailing him with. Then he kills him and leaves, but he finds one of Benny's followers who was about to kill him. But someone loyal to Charlie appeared and saved him in the last moments. The next day he goes to Roe's house. He finds that one of Beggar's men is searching the place, so he kills him. Then he answers a call from Beggar, who tells him that he will not leave him and will kill him soon. But he was terrified when he learned that Charlie knew about the thing that Rue was blackmailing him with, and was trying to search for this thing as well. He then searches the phone of the man who killed him and finds orders to find Roe's ex-wife. Then Marcy is surprised when two people arrive and attack her. They search the house hoping to find what their leader wanted. She can kill one of them. She also succeeded in killing the other man as well. When she opened the door, she found that Charlie had arrived. They took the two bodies out of the place, and she told Charlie that her ex-husband had a box in which he kept important things. He also told her that he would give her $50,000 in the box, so she wanted to go with Charlie to search for the box. He had to take her with him because Beggar and his men would go after her. They went to Charlie's old house to rest, and there he told her that his father beat him every day. When he met Stan, he was the one who saved him and made him like his son, so he did not want to run away before he could avenge Stan's death. The next day they went to Rue's house and found Rue's reservations. He discovered that he was staying in a certain room in a hotel. He goes to the hotel room. He finds there a record player. He understood that the thing Beggar was looking for was a disc, but while he was leaving, he found one of Beggar's men in front of him and trying to kill him. But Charlie miraculously escaped, but despite that, he was shot in the leg. When he returned home, Marcy was surprised to learn that he was injured. She is treating the wound. He shows her a house in Italy and wants to go and live there. She told him that this was a beautiful dream and he should strive for it. When she saw her ex-husband's call sheet, she discovered that he was communicating with his mother a lot. So they went to her. Marcy discovered that his mother had taken her $50,000 to have plastic surgery. Charlie continues to search inside the house, but he does not find anything. On their way back, she asked him to take her to the bus stop so she could leave the city, but she remembered that her ex-husband had told her that he had hidden what was required of him in front of everyone. So she went to the bar that her ex-husband ran and which belonged to Beggar. She pretended that she did not know that her ex-husband had died and wanted to search for him. She actually found the disc inside the plate, but when she tried to leave, she was blocked. Charlie intervenes and saves her, then she gives him the disc and leaves. But one of Beggar's men enters behind him and Charlie is captured. They went to Beggar, but on the way, Charlie crashes the car into another car, killing Beggar's men. Beggar calls him from Marcy's phone and tells him that he is in the junkyard and is waiting for him before he kills her. We reach the opening scene of the film when Charlie was listening to the voice of someone asking him to take off his clothes. Beggar shows up with Marcy and threatens to kill her if Charlie doesn't give him the disc. But he told him that he had seen the video on the disc, which was a leaked video of Beggar during his agreement with people to get rid of Stan and Sal. Charlie showed the video to Sal to get him to order him to kill Beggar. He asked Marcy to look at her shoes. Suddenly, Beggar is killed. Charlie's loyal man was the one who did it. Then Charlie and Marcy go to meet Stan. We discover that Charlie took precautions and moved Stan to another country to save him. As she leaves in the car, he gives Marcy $50,000 so she can do the things she wants. But he was surprised that she loved him and wanted to spend the rest of her life with him in Italy.